Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make macaroni and cheese my way. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, first thing you need to do is have a big old pot because you're going to boil these elbow macaronis. So first, before you put them in the pot, you want to make sure that your water comes to a bustling boil. You hear it, it's getting ready to start, but it's boiling, but it's not a bustling boil. You have to wait for all the bubbles to come up and show up. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to look at our ingredients. So we have cheese, which I use actually 7 different kinds that you'll see coming up on the screen. Eggs, sour cream, ragout, heavy whipping cream, and milk. You can put half and half, regular milk. It really doesn't matter. You just want to make your mixture very, very creamy. Now what I like to actually do in the water before it really gets to that bustling boil, which is getting ready to start like in seconds, I like to put some sea salt in there, just like that. And I also like to put a dibbly dab of olive oil. Yeah, it's a couple dibbly dabs, but it'll do just fine. And just in case you didn't know, that's still not a bustling boil. It's not enough. I need it more like violent looking. But in the meantime, we're going to look at our spices. We got black pepper, onion powder, some more black pepper, didn't need that, adobo, sea salt, and ginger. I like to use those ingredients in my mac and cheese. If you didn't know that it was in there and you had my mac and cheese, and you don't like any of those, well, tough. You enjoyed my mac and cheese, so stop playing. Alright, now that looks good. Look at that. The heat's rising. It's all violent all up in there. So now we're just going to pour in our elbow noodles. Don't just chuck it in like that. You're going to gently sprinkle it. Number one, so that the water doesn't splash on you because it's really, really hot. And also, too, you want to cook with love. You don't want to just throw stuff in there. Make sure anytime you're going to cook mac and cheese or anything in your life, take your time. People are going to eat this, including yourself. They don't need to eat your stress. They want to eat your love. I know I'm going to eat all this loving. Well, I guess I have to share. Need to shred this cheese. Get some more shredded. Pretty much just want to fill up a bowl. I don't know how much mac and cheese you're going to be making, but Jenny's going to be making a lot. Okay, you want to follow the instructions on the box of pasta that you use. By the way, these are elbow macaronis. And they do have how long it needs to be boiled, whether you're going to cook it all the way or make it al dente. Al dente actually means that it's going to come out a little tougher, but that's okay. And that's what we actually want. Because when we put this in the oven, it's going to soak up all that moisture from the cream cheese mix that we put in there. These are done. Turn off the heat and drain them in the water. Okay, at this point, we're definitely going to preheat our oven to 350. I'm hitting 375 actually because I have a convection oven. So by the time this is warmed up, it's actually doing convection to 350. So that's how you work at a convection oven, people. So if you have a conventional oven, you just type in what you need. If it's a convection oven, just add an additional 25 degrees and you're good. Okay, now it's time to do our wet mixture. We're gonna take the ragout cheese, the heavy whipping cream, and the sour cream. We're not gonna mess with the eggs yet. That is very, very last. We'll take the milk, and the reason I'm not really pushing the milk up here is because the milk is just to even out the mixture to make sure it's not way, way too creamy. And then we'll come over here, and we need these spices because we're going to make sure our mac and cheese is spicy. I'm not spicy, well spiced, I'll say it that way. Well spiced. We want it to taste good. We don't want a boring mac and cheese. Never have that. Okay, I'm actually going to be making enough to fill these 4 pans. But the very first thing that you need to do is anytime you buy pans from the store, you want to make sure that you wash them out thoroughly. And maybe rinse the ones out in your own kitchen cabinet. My cabinets are clean, but as well yours probably is too. But you still, dust particles fall. Make sure you give them a good rinse. Okay, I just got done beating these eggs. We're not going to use them yet. They're going to be completely last before we actually pour our mac and cheese mixtures into the pans itself. But what we're going to do now is we're going to grease these pans thoroughly to make sure that our mac and cheese does not stick to the bottom of the pan when it's baking. Pretty much I use unsalted butter to grease and just pretty much take it. It's self-explanatory. Get the crevices, get the whole thing, and then you're done. Well, not really. I'll show you the next step when I'm done. So now they're sufficiently greased up, and what I like to do as an extra bonus is to put some Pam on there. Oh well, this is Bobo brand Pam, which works just as good as labeled up Pam. So I'm gonna use this here Bobo brand Pam, and I'm gonna spray all 4 of these pans real quick. Okay, so the next step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix the dry cheese mixture and the creamy mixture into our pasta bowl. We're not going to do the eggs yet. Like I said, that's completely last. So here it is mixed up. It's very important that you taste your mixture because pretty much how it tastes now is how it's going to taste baked. That's good. But you see how kind of like lumpy it is? We have to be able to pour it in our pans, not scoop it out. So that means we need more milk. So at this point, we're going to add the eggs, and then we're going to pour it in our pans. Okay, so I filled all 4 pans, and now the very last thing that we need to do is to top it off with the extra cheese. So how are we doing, guys? Were you able to follow the video? Watch, we're getting ready to put it in the oven. After we put the cheese, it's going to taste real good. And this is exactly how it should look. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven. So I couldn't put all 4 pans in at the same time because the store-bought pan made out of aluminum foil is a little flimsy. So you want to keep it on top of a cookie sheet which is sturdy, so that when you go to take it out, it doesn't like fall apart on you or spill or anything like that. So when you close the oven, you want to set the timer, and you also want to turn the oven light on. Let's set the timer to 30 minutes. All right, but you want to keep the oven light on so that you can keep a little bit of an eye on it because you don't want your mac and cheese to burn on you. So it's been roughly 26 minutes and you see how the cheese is already starting to get browned out. This is the actual tray I'm taking to quarterly training tomorrow. This is the only reason I'm really making macaroni and cheese today because I normally don't make it, but I was pretty much strong-armed and so I did. But I'm taking this tomorrow, so I don't want it to cook it all the way through because when I get up in the morning, which I mean really tonight, when I get up, I'm going to throw it in the oven while I'm getting dressed. And it'll cook the rest of the way. This is actually a finished product, how it should look when I'm done cooking the rest of my food, which I'm not doing a video for. I'm definitely going to show you how it looks on a plate. Okay, when I'm done, I like to actually put the pan that I'm going to eat right away. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for a little while. The reason why is because I like for it to set so that when I go to scoop out my portion, it doesn't fall apart and become mac and cheese soup. I want it to come out as a solid piece so that when I can go through it with a fork and enjoy it. So it's just going to set a little bit, and what helps it set is that egg mixture that we used. This pan I'm actually going to put in the freezer. So I'm going to keep it in there, and I don't know when I'm going to take it out. It really doesn't matter when I do. This is good at least for 6 months. So it's just going to be in the freezer, knowing the people that I know, they'll be over here soon to eat it. Okay, I got my curry fish with my peppers. And then the moment of truth. Look at that. Yeah, I'm on the couch about to take a nap. The mac and cheese was really, really good. I'd like to thank everybody for listening on me and learning.